It's here again. The Fun Show in Orlando, Florida from January the 9th through the 12th is going to be happening this week. And there are some exciting things happening. If you don't know about the Fun Show, it's one of the largest shows in the country every year. But there are a lot of good things happening at Fun this year. If you want to go, I highly recommend it. There are not only 1,500 dealers, over 1,500 dealers there. So that many dealers. Heritage Auctions is there. Usually Great Collections has a table as well. I think Stacks usually has a table. Heritage often brings a lot of the coins that they are going to be auctioning off. And in a secured room, if you are intending to purchase some of those or bid on those, you can view some of the lots. There are amazing other opportunities there too. The A&A often puts on one of their seminars at the Fun Show, as they do with some of the other ones as well. Some of their educational classes that they offer. These do cost money, but it's usually a 2-day class where you sit and you learn about a topic from leading experts in the field, and very in depth and well presented, and it's an opportunity to really dive deep into a topic. I did the intermediate grading course 2 years ago, and it just astronomically pushed me forward, leaps and bounds in my understanding of grading, and I've been able to build on that ever since. And this year they're doing the introduction to grading. So the first level course, they usually only do one course, so just fair warning. Last year they didn't do any, so we're at least getting something. But even being something that's an introduction course, you might think that, hey, I know enough about grading, I don't need to do that. Having someone who's a leading expert present it to you usually makes it so worthwhile. In the course I took 2 years ago, it was Steve Feltner of PCGS. He's the head of the grading department there, and his explanations of what was actually going on in these coins, and holding some of these coins in hand and learning about them and seeing what he says the grade is, and how he is leading the PCGS graders to grade this stuff, and then have him show you in person, this is what you're looking at, this is what we're looking at here, and so on and so forth. Totally changed the way I saw grading and understood it. So I don't know about the introduction one, because I'd had enough experience in grading that I didn't have to take the introduction one, and the intermediate one was a good pickup, since it just dealt really with like mid-state kind of stuff, cleaning, stuff like that. But if you want to take that course, I don't know if they have any openings left. I would check on that. It's definitely, if you don't make this one, it's definitely worth looking into those in the future. The A&A also offers some classes like that at several different coin shows. And they not only offer them at coin shows, they also offer them at their summer seminar in Colorado Springs at the A&A headquarters. And you can go and take multiple courses over the course of several weeks at that event. And I have not been. I want to go to summer seminar this year or next year. Some of the classes, they cover a wide spectrum of stuff that's really helpful to collectors, dealers, and if you really want to dive deeper into a particular area of numismatics, getting into one of those courses they're offering on that topic is well worth the time and the money. So that's enough about courses. There are some seminars coming up. Educational seminar program is something that is free to anybody who comes, and the show is free, by the way, as well. You don't have to pay to get in the door. You just got to put a little name tag on. The educational seminar program is part of that. You can go sit down and listen to somebody who's experienced in a particular field. Maybe they're a collector, maybe they're a dealer, maybe they're a leading expert. It kind of becomes a little bit of a spectrum on who you get in those particular seminars, but they're going to tell you about that topic, or present something about that topic for usually like an hour, or maybe a little bit less. I've sat in on numerous ones in the past, and I've learned things I did not know I even wanted to know about. So going to those seminars is actually not only helpful in learning, but after you look at thousands of coins in a day, taking an hour to go sit down, de-stress, kind of kick back for a minute, get off your feet, and let your brain just kind of go on autopilot as you listen to somebody talk about coins, can be really beneficial, and that's something I take advantage of at least 2 or 3 times. But the first thing I'm excited about is going to be the fact we have a table at Fun for a change. In the past, we've been dealers there, but we've been in association with another coin shop that has a table. And this is going to be the first year that we're going, and we're going to have a table. I'm not just walking around this year. I'm going to be stuck behind a table for a little while. And I'm actually excited about that because I think it's going to be a different experience. Most coin shows we do are smaller local ones in the way of actually, setting up. And this year we're actually going to be setting up for a big one. And I think that's going to be fun. The second thing I'm excited about this year at Fun is going to be the release of the Witter brick. This Part 2 Witter brick, the 2025 brick, is coming out on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken, 9th or 10th. I'll have that right up here because I don't remember the date. Anyway, they're going to have it released online, and then they're going to have some released at the Fun Show, for sale at the Fun Show. And I'm hoping not to pick them up for me. As I've said in past videos, I don't buy gambles for coins. I buy coins. I don't want to see what I get. I want to get something I actually want. So, and I don't want to risk not getting my money back out of the coins that I pay for. Well, if you watch my worst video, you know I might still make mistakes, but I want to make those mistakes on my own. I don't want somebody else deciding my mistakes for me. But just like with the vault box, my boss wants to play around with it some, so we're hoping to pick up a couple of the boxes while we're at the show. If we can get them there. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people wanting to get them there, and we'll see what's actually available. If not, we're going to scramble to get them online. So the Witter bricks this year are different than they were last year, and in ways I think are both good and bad. Downside is, I'll start with the bad. Why not? The downside is they start at $500 on the low tier. So $500, $1,500 for the mid tier, and the top tier is $7,500. That's right, $7,500 for I don't know what's in this box. And from watching one of the Instagram videos that Seth Chandler posted, people were asking for $25,000 boxes. What is wrong with you people? I'm sure that Witter does a good job of trying to make sure values in those high-end boxes of the $7,500, because there is no $25,000 box. Just to be clear, there's no $25,000 box. The $7,500 is the top. I'm sure they do a good job of trying to keep value in those so that they don't just have people getting, 3 Common Date wheat cents that are worth $50 a piece. Anyway, we're going to be getting 2 boxes at least. We're going to have probably one of the mid tier, one of the low tier, so $500 and the $1,500 boxes. We are not buying a $7,500 box. It's just not happening. It's a little ridiculous in my mind. But we are going to be opening those up. I don't know when exactly. It might be at the show. It might not be. It might be right after. My goal is to be able to have those videos ready to go before the show's over. I'm not sure yet, though. But I want to talk a little bit about the Witter box a little bit more and just say that preliminarily, before I've done the assessment, because I'm going to dive into, is this worth the money? What's the value? What are your chances? And all that kind of stuff. Before we get into all that, before I really dive too deep into that for this particular offering, I'm impressed. I know from my numbers I ran for the first Witter box they did this past year that they were very close to CPG, with a percentage over that I'm assuming factored in their value of cost of materials for packaging and effort and all that kind of stuff. There was a percentage over from what I could tell, but it was marginal. I don't remember those numbers off the top of my head, but I remember looking at it and saying, that's impressive. It's nothing like Ultra Breaks, where they're just 80% over CPG for the one I looked at. That's something that I think is important in any of these, and they were close to that. In looking at the offering they have this time, holy crap. If you buy one of the $500 boxes, there is a chance you pull a 1969S double die obverse cent in an AU grade. That blows my mind. That's insane. That's a big win. Most of the time when I look at these, the big win is like, a bump. It's like, oh, congratulations, you 4 times your money. But that's significant. That's significant. And there's not just one $20,000 coin and the rest is junk. There's some other really nice stuff in there as well. I'm not going to go through all that now, but you can go check it out at Witter Brick's website, and see what they're offering in each tier for their high-end coins. And then they're going to have other coins. You get 3 coins in the box, so you're not just getting 1 coin. You're getting 3, at least 3. They say at least 3. I don't know if that means some people get 4 or 5. I really don't know, but you get at least 3 coins in the box. So I'm impressed with what they're offering. Last year's offering was very close to CPG for what they actually charged for the boxes, and this year seems to be the same. Based on their total offering they've posted for this year of $2,273,050.45, and that's specific. Their overall cost that they're charging customers $2,442,500, which is 7.5% over CPG. That's minimal. I mean, 7.5%, that's going to cover what they have to do to get the packaging, to get everything boxed up, the time they got to put into all that. Then they got to actually acquire the coins. So remember, they're going to make the margin on the coins, it seems, not on that 7.5%. That's probably logistical, and I can respect that and understand it. If I were putting together something like this, I would want that kind of money as well on top of CPG to cover that, because I do make some grab bags for the shop every now and then, and I don't think I make money. By the time I spend 45 minutes putting everything together, having already spent the time doing all the other stuff, buying it and all that stuff, I'm probably losing money based on just my hourly wage alone, based on where I'm buying the coins and where I'm selling them for the grab bags, because I try to make those grab bags legit. I probably should up my grab bag cost or reduce what I put in there, but I can totally respect what Witter's doing here. 7.5%, that's very respectable. Their price points on coins, I went through the top valued items in each section, on each one of the tiers, and they have a value associated with it. Because if you were to go through and price every single coin by gray sheet, that would take an insane amount of time. There's 4,000 something coins that they're offering, and to go through every single one of them and go on gray sheet and figure out what the value is, CPG, gray sheet, stuff like that, that would be a nightmare. I'm going to run with their numbers because the ones I have checked have been close. They've either been at gray sheet, they've been a little bit high, but there's for a reason. It seems like anytime that they're high, it's because there's another price guide or comparable sales history that would indicate it's higher than what gray sheet would say retail value is. And in some cases, they've been low, and not on like their super low coins. I'm talking like some of their higher coins, they were a little bit low from gray sheet. So I think it balances out to their value estimates that they have on the website. Insofar as I can tell from a brief look, is close enough for me. So we're going to run with that. I'm not going to question their pricing. It looks exciting. It looks cool. There's some cool stuff in there and stuff you don't normally see. That's what excites me. It's not just, oh, am I going to get the MS70 reverse proof Morgan versus the MS70 Morgan? It's not that kind of stuff. But we're seeing quality coins in nice slabs graded by CAC grading, so we know that they're going to be quality. That's one more point I'm going to mention. CAC grading. I'm going to have a video coming up eventually about CAC grading. I have mixed feelings about CAC grading. I'm not afraid to say that. This is my personal opinion, not my opinion of the shop. But I will be making a video extensively covering CAC grading and what I think are pros and cons of that grading service. But there's one thing I'm going to say now about CAC grading, because the Witter Brick will have CAC graded coins in it. Seth Chandler, the owner of Witter Coin, is a founding partner in CAC grading. So, of course, he's going to go with CAC grading. I don't blame him either, because CAC grading is solid on their grading. For whatever I could say about the other things I don't like about CAC grading, if I buy a coin in a CAC graded slab, I feel like you can trust the grade on the slab much more than you can with any of the other grading services. Remember, anything in a CAC slab is graded as if it were to go into a CAC stickered slab from any other grading service. It accounts for that CAC sticker and that CAC quality. I don't want to get too much into the things I like and dislike here, and I don't want to ruin any surprises, but we'll just suffice it to say that CAC grading is solid, and those coins will be solid in those slabs. And not to mention the fact that Witter Coin is providing some very quality coins for this offering, and quality is something they really focus on, regardless of what the coin is. They want quality, and they want it to be a really nice coin. So I'm excited to see what comes out of those boxes. Anyway, if you're going to be in the Orlando area this week, I highly recommend you come check out the Fun Show. It's always an awesome experience. It's at the Orange County Convention Center, running from the 9th through the 12th. And come check out our shop's table while you're at it. I hope to see you there, and thank you for watching the video.